people have logged on?
And no.
Okay. So my name's David Wilson. One person?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah, there's like 6 people now. 7.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. More people might jump on later, but my name is David Wilson, and we're at the UT Downtown Gallery on the 100 block of Gay Street. We're in an exhibition of my drawings, and I have a script, so bear with me while I'm going through my script. And then we'll look at more individually at some artworks, and I'll talk more in general about how they're made. So the UT Downtown Gallery is a contemporary gallery located in the heart of downtown Knoxville. The gallery exhibits professional work by both national and regional artists. We host annual exhibitions, work by incoming students, Tennessee high school educators, and participate in Big Ears Music Festival. Support for the gallery is generously provided by the UT Knoxville Chancellor's Office, the College of Arts and Sciences, and the Ann and C. Bailey School of Art Endowment. Originally, I'm from California. I grew up along the southern border with Mexico. And in 1985, my wife and I came to Tennessee so I could take a faculty position at what was then the Department of Art. And the name has changed now to the School of Art. I've had my artwork presented in many cities and universities across the United States. And I participated in exhibitions, festivals, residencies in several overseas countries, including Switzerland, India, Finland, Iceland, Australia, and New Zealand. This is an exhibition of 42 drawings. There are a few more, but 42 are displayed. I think there's 48 or 49 on the website that are available. This is a show that, in a way, it's a culmination, and in a way, it's a retrospective. So these are images that I've had in my head for a very long time. Notebooks, sketchbooks, images that I pulled out of magazines and books. Just forms and images and that I reference in the past. So this was an opportunity. This exhibition was an opportunity to let those images have a different life, and to do it in a way that unifies all the work, both in scale, but also in materials. All the exhibition artworks are imitation silver leaf and glue on velvet. So the velvet is translucent, so it actually shows you what's behind it. So if you put it on a dark surface, it'll look different than if you put it on a white surface. So the walls here are white. I think you can see a few of the pieces behind me. The surfaces really jump and really reflect the light. So the imitation silver leaf is applied with glue. glue is transparent, so it's actually really hard to see when you're drawing. So you draw with the glue, and then you cover the whole surface with this imitation silver leaf. And if you don't know what that is, it's just a very, very, very thin aluminum. And when you put it on a surface and you rub it in or roll it in, it sticks to almost anything. And then you take off all the material, all the silver leaf. You just brush it away, all the silver leaf that hasn't adhered to the glue. So what you're seeing is the drawing, but the drawing is not made necessarily with the silver leaf itself. It's something that's added later to the process. There's a chance element in working this way. I don't really know what the image will look like until I actually brush the silver leaf away. It's quite exciting to me, and I think that's one of the motivators I have for making this artwork. It represents a way that I have worked now and in the past. This always trying new materials, trying a new method, sort of reshuffling, reworking old imagery. Some of the imagery in this exhibition goes back 20, 30 years. So I think it would be good to show the whole gallery space. Just an overview of the way it looks. Maybe if you could come back here. So again, I'm assuming you can hear me still, but again, the drawings, the surface of the drawings is imitation silver leaf. And the effect of imitation silver leaves is that it's highly reflective. So what you're actually seeing is not, well, you're seeing the surface, but you're also seeing the light. So it could be reflected, very bright light, or it could be dark light, depending on where you are in relationship to the image. So you're actually seeing, when you look at an artwork or a drawing in this exhibition, you're actually seeing it in many, many ways. So a typical drawing, say a pencil drawing, it looks the same way wherever you are. Whereas these drawings actually change. Even if I move from, a foot or two one way or the other, it changes from light to dark, somewhere in between. It actually, sometimes it even vanishes, so it's not even there. So there's special lighting in this exhibition, but the main lighting for it is actually the street. The windows that open up onto the street. So if this was in your home, then the overhead lights would probably work a lot less well in terms of seeing the work, the full spectrum of the work, but your windows would be perfect for that. So some of the work, it has more, I put a selection of work in the gallery, in the exhibition. I didn't put all the work that I'd created, so this is pieces that I've chosen. I've made about 50 or so. Some of the work I respond to more than others. It's funny because the artwork that I probably are most excited about have not been purchased, which is funny. But all the work in the exhibition is for sale. They're for sale for $100 each. Which I think is really cool is that all the proceeds for the sale of the artwork goes to an endowment for outreach and engagement in the School of Art. So we're working really hard to get this fund fully endowed so it can start generating income. And so we're using this exhibition as a fundraiser for that endowment. So let's look at a few drawings, and I can just talk about them a little bit. We're focused on this one right now, but it's a waveform, and there's another one in the gallery that is a similar, it's reversed. I do like to work in symmetry. So there's a lot of pieces that are symmetrical in the exhibition. When I was in California, I was a surfer ever since I was in elementary school. One of my first memories of drawing was drawing waves. And they were cartoons at that point. This is very similar to that, but you would draw a wave and then you would put a surfer on it, and you would just do this over and over again. So this is symbolic to me, but it's also of a sort of a past memory, but I think it's also symbolic for looking for a moment that is transformative. It's an image that's been used in artwork for thousands of years. I'm thinking of the Hokusai print of the wave. I love that, the printmaker, but I also love his images of waves, and he's done lots of images of waves, not just one. So that's one artwork. If we go down, just the one next to it is interesting for me, again, is it's a drawing of a scholar's stone. A scholar's stone is a stone that usually is taken from a water in China, and it's eroded, has holes in it, and similar to a bonsai tree, people put it on a pedestal, and like looking at a cloud, you actually see 4 forms and references and things in it, whether it's figurative or reminds you of something in nature. But these scholar stones have been collected, again, in China and Japan for thousands of years. And so I did some drawings of those, and I sort of boxed them in by the more abstract forms around the side. Let's look down the way.
So David, somebody in the comments asked, which are your favorite works? Is that the ones that you're showing us?
Yes. This is, you know, some of these images, I mean, I can understand why somebody wouldn't necessarily be attracted to this piece, even though I find it very humorous. It's actually taken from the cover of a Esquire magazine in, I believe it's around 1970, and it's a movie poster, or a still from the movie. And it's of a woman that's hitchhiking. It's in a film called Two Lane Blacktop. And I've always loved that. Ever since 1970, I've had that image, and I've kept it, and I've never made an image, drawing from it. So this was an opportunity to sort of make that happen. Let's go across the way, and I'll show you some artworks that I really respond to over here. One of these is actually sold, which is this one. One of the reasons why I respond to this one is that it is a continuous form that's repeated, which is a motif that I've used a lot in artwork. It is it's a very simple form, but if you just take a simple form and repeat it over and over and over again, it takes on a different life and a different energy, I think. It also fills up the space. So all the drawings are on paper that's 19 inches, or actually 24 inches by 19. I've limited where the image is to 15 inches across and 20 inches high. So all of them have that same format. So there's something about the repetitive motion and the negative positive that goes on in this that I find really fascinating. This is another image that I find really fascinating. It's taken from abstracted drawings of spider webs. So I can't remember where the original source was from, but I took this one illustration and I repeated it and changed it and edited it, which again is something that I have done a lot in making artwork. It's not too dissimilar from this piece, but it's just a different source material. So I find this one really fascinating to look at it, and I see something different in it every time I do. This is the last drawing I did, and there's something about, I think there's always something about the last drawing you do that you have a particular affection for. So it's an image, obviously, of a flower. But the background is gridded in a pattern. Gridded not in a line sense, but in a dot sense. So you see this frozen flower drawing in a field of dots. Again, there's something in it, in that, where I take something very lifelike, and even though it's an illustration, it's not meant to look like a photograph of a flower. But to take something that's obviously references life forms, and then to put it in a very strict grid, and that sort of opposing contrast, I think is really interesting to me. There's a drawing over here. So this is a drawing of, actually it's a drawing of my hand. What I do a lot is to draw images really small and then use various methods, whether it's an overhead projector or a LCD projector to project it larger. In this case, not too much larger, but in some cases, when I do an installation, it could be as large as this whole wall. But this is a drawing of my hand. The silver balls on each finger. For me, give it a sense of balance, and they animate it. I find it humorous, but at the same time, it's something that I think I can look at a long time and again think differently about it each time I see it. I gave my daughter the pick of the artwork in the exhibition, and she picked this one because it's my hand, which I think it's very sentimental. I like that a lot. Any questions? Let me look at my script and see if I've forgotten anything. So you should really come and see the show if you possibly can. It's really a show you need to experience in person. The gallery is open until November 25th. If you're interested in seeing it on the website and to potentially purchase a piece, you can go to this website, giving.utk.edu/shiny. That's SHINY. And you can actually see the artwork there, and the ones that are still available for purchase donation are indicated. The works can be picked up, or they can actually even be mailed to you at the end of that exhibition if you can't make it down here to pick it up. The next exhibition at the UT Downtown Gallery is works by Buford Delaney from the Buford Delaney Estate. And the exhibition will be open December 1st Friday. Any questions?
Here, I'm gonna do like another walkthrough of the whole
Sure.
thing and see.
This artwork is going to go into my own personal collection. So, so I guess it's one of my favorites. I'll probably keep one of the waves if nobody purchases it. Something I didn't mention that I think is a theme is there's a it's a, I'm not sure if it's a philosophy, but it's connected to Zen Buddhism, or mainly known through Zen Buddhism. It's a phrase or a thought called a koan. And a koan is an unanswerable, nonsensical question that's supposed to bring enlightenment. So I was thinking about the structure and the purposes of a koans, and that's K-O-A-N, when I was making the artwork. I think they ask questions, both in terms of the imagery, but also in the way that they're made and the way they use light. But they don't give answers. So, to me, that's a good thing and keeps them excited. Any questions?
I don't see any
Okay.
questions, but.
Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you get a chance to see the exhibition, I really appreciate that. Come down to the UT Downtown Gallery. It's really a beautiful exhibition space. I think you'll like it. And it's right next door to the Emporium, if you know where that is. Almost everybody knows where the Emporium is on K Street. It's just right next door. One door on the same side of the street towards the river, towards the downtown. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.